The committee chairman, Senator Imasue Neda Bernard, representing Edo South Senatorial District, submitted that the committee carried out an investigation on Wednesday, during which the female lawmaker was afforded the opportunity to state her own side of the story. He read the committee's report during the plenary. During her suspension, Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan will face several restrictions as salary and security details will be withdrawn. She will be barred from entering the National Assembly premises, and she will not be able to participate in legislative activities or represent Nigeria in any official capacity.
That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan with effect from 6 March 2025 from all legislative activities forthwith. 4. That her office be locked up for the duration of her suspension and hand over all Senate properties in her possession to the clerk of the National Assembly. 5. That for the duration of her suspension she cannot come or be seen within the vicinity of the National Assembly, including her staff. 6. That her salaries and allowances, including those of her legislative aides, be suspended and withdraw of all security details for the duration of her suspension.
Across sections of lawmakers in their contributions expressed concern over the conduct of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, insisting that the Senate as an institution must be protected at all costs.
But the distillment of our rules to the hearing of every senator is very key. And should you go to your liberalism and begin to do cooperative collaboration in these chambers, then there will be complete breakdown of orders.
What occurred was a flagrant disregard or maybe a misunderstanding of these rules. Your Excellency, these rules assures that this Senate is stronger as a whole than the sum total of our parts.
He who comes to equity must come with clean hands. You cannot at one end seek to take refuge under certain provisions of the rules and in another arm seek to violate it.
That most distinguished Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan be so suspended, then my advice and appeal to her will be that she spends her period of suspension to read and learn our rules very well.
Today, everywhere, including Berekete Radio, calling number 3 to come and explain things, just a radio that we licensed. It's an insult.
We have stayed in this mountain for too long. Let us take Nigeria to the promised land. We are not sent here because of all these intrigues and all this rubbish. We are sent here to work for our people. Let the decision of the committee, let it stand. Thank you.
In pleading for mercy, the minority leader, Senator Abba Moro, recommended a 3-month suspension, which he said was enough for the embattled lawmaker to realize her mistakes. He further argued that Nigerians are watching and seeing them as statesmen, hence nothing should be done to bring disrepute to the chamber.
Today, we are faced with this situation that we all know impinges on the integrity of this institution, that is ordinarily the highest lawmaking institution in Nigeria. And so the expectation of many Nigerians is that we must demonstrate the highest level of integrity.
However, the lawmakers ruled that the suspension could be lifted or reduced if she tenders a written apology. After contributions were made by some senators from the ruling and minority parties, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, made remarks highlighting his personal connection to the senator, emphasizing that she is the wife of a close friend. He recounted an experience from 2020.
Because even the senator we are discussing is the wife of my very close friend and brother. So I thought. On the day of our marriage, I slept in Kogi. The next day, I ran to Ubajana Airport. I missed my flight. I ended up sleeping at Dangote Cement Factory.
The suspension for 6 months was sustained by the Senate President after a voice vote.
That for the Senate to consider lifting the suspension
or reducing the tenure of suspension, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan shall submit a written apology to the Senate before any reconsideration of this case by the Senate. Those in support of prayer to say aye. Those against say nay. No. The ayes have it. That the Senate do suspend Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan with effect from 6th day of March 2025 from all legislative activities forward. Those in support of prayer to say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Despite the suspension, Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan has vowed to continue serving her constituents through other means. She believes that the actions against her are politically motivated attempts to suppress dissent within the Senate.
This injustice will not be sustained.
Welemi Mukolo reporting for BTV News.